We used to meet up most Saturdays.
Teresa Dennett spent every moment she could with her 2 grown-up children, but it was her young grandson she lived for. Fighting for survival in hospital after a sudden stroke, he was the only thing on her mind as her daughter faced the heartbreaking task of asking whether she could face emergency brain surgery.
I asked her the question of, Mum, I need to know, do you want me to save your life to have surgery? She said yes, and she said Leo, which is a grandson. And that's when Dr. Livingston tried everything to get her into the hospital.
That night last February, the nearest intensive care unit at Nottingham University Hospitals was full, with another extra patient in the theatre recovery area. Marianne is still haunted by the sight of her mother's doctor trying to persuade Sheffield teaching hospitals to take her, only to be told it was Nottingham's responsibility.
I could see how much he was trying, and he knew that this is what my mum wanted. For him to come to us to take us into a room at 3 o'clock and to say, unfortunately, my mum deteriorated that much. I couldn't stay in there. I went to see my mum to tell her that I couldn't save her life.
Their mum was just 58. The coroner concluded Teresa probably would have survived, albeit with disabilities, if the operation had taken place. It's the second time in as many months a coroner's warned NHS England over bed availability to prevent further deaths. The response has been this letter from Medical Director Bruce Keogh, warning neurosurgical units the lack of critical care beds must not be a reason for refusing admission for patients requiring urgent surgery, but adding this should not exclude cooperation between neighbouring units, something both hospitals have now apologised for.
If you can't discharge a patient from the ward into social care, then you may not be able to discharge a patient from high dependency or ITU back onto the ward. So you do find situations where we can't move patients out of ITU or HTU because there's no ward beds.
And not being able to come up with a bed in time ultimately cost Teresa Dennett any chance of life. Rachel Younger, ITV News.